Hello, hi, welcome. In today's video, I am rereading books I soft DNF'd. Last night, I came to realise I have a staggering 20 plus books I DNF'd on my shelf, physical copies. Today we are changing that. All the people with the New Year's resolutions of being able to DNF books, I want to DNF a book. My New Year's resolution is to reread the books I DNF'd because I have no problem DNFing a book. If it's just not the vibe, if I'm not in the mood, if it's just a soft DNF and forget about it. All the books I'm picking up though, apart from 3-4 of them, I probably just DNF'd them because maybe I read them in the evening, read a new book in the morning, just never picked it up again. Or if I was like, I'll enjoy this at a later date, or I just couldn't get into it at the time, or if I was in a reading slump and I was like, I'll enjoy this later on. Today is the day they get in their redemption. Today, I am only doing romance book ones, and this will be, I don't even know how many part series if I keep DNFing books the way I'm going about it. But I picked out all my romance books apart from 2, because 2 of them I'm just not interested in reading. The first one I won't be reading is Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. The only reason is I annotated this book and it has red tabs and everything, and I haven't got any red tabs, and I'm not going to change out my tabs now, so she's just a no for now. And the second one I'm not interested in reading right now is Our Stop by Laura Jane Williams. I just read the back of the book and it doesn't interest me right now, so I won't be reading this one. So all the books I am interested in reading, I wrote them down, put them in this little cutesy daisy pot, and I'm just going to be picking out the ones that I'm reading. I did drop one down the side of my bed and never picked it back up, so I'm going to go search for that now, because if not I'm going to have to open them all up, see what one's missing, and then write it out again. I'll be back. That was so much more work than I thought it was going to be. I want to find out what one it was though. It was the kiss quotation. It's either the kiss quotient or the quick kiss quotation. I'll find that out eventually. Now I'm going to have to wrap this up really tight so I don't remember. I definitely won't remember anyway because they all look the exact same. So there's 9 books I'm interested in reading. As we know, the kiss quotation or kiss quotient, whatever it is, Consider Me by Becca Mack. I got, this is humbling to say, I got to page 504. I had 30 pages left and I just never picked it up again. 30 pages. Cool. I have a problem. I have no shame. I think that's my problem. In my reading journal, I always put when I start the book and finish the book. So from the space when I finish the book to start a book, there's probably like a good 3-day gap because I've read 500 pages and I never could count it. Whatever, I honestly don't really remember the story, so good I'm rereading it because I think it was Mariana. It was one of the girly pops anyway. They loved Play With Me or something. I can't remember what actually it was called. I'll put a picture up anyway. Next up is My Killer Vacation by Tess Bailey. I think I got to page like 70. Never picked that up again. Can we talk about the flop on this book? Yeah, and the next one is The Roommate by Rosie Danan or Darnan. I think I got 1 chapter in when everyone on TikTok was reading it, never picked it up again. Chase Me by Tessa Bailey. I got to page 102. Didn't even bother taking the tabs out. Next up is Priest by Sierra Simone. I got to at least page 68, chapter 7, because that's when my last tab goes up to, but I couldn't tell you the exact day. I actually think I DNF'd this because I was like, this is literally boring and I don't even care. But we're hoping to go back into this with a better headspace. I think I read this, it had to have been at least 2 years ago. So, Priest. This next one is shocking, and because I don't remember reading the page, I thought maybe I read a chapter. The next one is Neon Gods by Katie Roberts. I was like, cool, maybe I read a chapter or 2. I have no clue when I read this either, but I read up to chapter 21, page 246, and left the tab in there. What? When did I read that? I couldn't tell you one thing about this book. 246. Cool. I would actually be really happy with a Tessa Bailey book, or I'm kind of in a dark romance vibe, so I would be happy with Neon Gods or any of the last ones. This one was from way back Mile when she first started reading. I used to really messily, see if you can see, it's very messy. I would do it like on the anywhere. Like I'd have this, I'd bring a pen with me, I'd put the start date and my finish date so I'd remember. In my first ever reading journal, it had favorite chapters, so I'd write down my favorite chapters. The circle ones were really good and the underlined one was amazing, so because I had different colors on what chapter. I started this on the 10th of May 2022. Like, can you see them tabs? Holy. And the sad thing is, I remember loving this book. I was annotating, highlighting. I think I went through 2 highlighters and I just never picked it up again. I actually don't know why. I don't know the exact page, but I know I at least got to page 275, chapter 24, because that was the last time I highlighted. So I'd be really happy to get this book again, actually. I don't exactly remember the book, but I remember the vibe and how I felt about it, and I loved the feelings, so I'd happily get this book again. Also, the cover's just beautiful. I love the feel of books like this, like the heavy self-published. Yeah, I actually didn't think this actually isn't self-published. It's just beautiful. And lastly, my 9th book is Idol by Kristen Callahan as well, and this one was recent. I remember just being in a really bad reading slump, in a bad mood altogether, stopped in the middle of a chapter. I think I went on my phone for the last time and I was like, you know what, I know I'll really enjoy this when I want to read it, so I'm just gonna come back and read it. And I got to page 162 and left the tabs in. All these books I am gonna be reading from the beginning. It is a no spoiler reading vlog, and I'll probably just say maybe a couple quotes that kind of resonate with me, that I kind of want to share. And yeah, so let's pick out my book. Do I do it where the last one standing is the book I read, or the first one I pick? I think I'm gonna do last one standing. First book I'm not reading is Consider Me by Becca Mack, which I'm really sad about. I would have loved me an ice hockey book. Also, I annotated this. I really enjoyed it. I'll put this in the pile for the next time. I'm not reading Priest, which I'm kind of sad about. I was really excited to reread it and see how I feel now, but YOLO. I'm not reading Chase Me. So my first Tessa Bailey book down. Okay, this one I'm upset about because I really did want to read it. I'm not reading Dear Enemy by Kristen Callahan. I'm not reading Neon Gods by Katie Robert. I'm not reading The Roommate by Rosie Danan, or Darnan, still don't know. I'm not reading The Kiss Quotient or Quotation. Okay, down to the last two. I'd be happy with both of these, so I don't really care anymore. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, I ripped them. I'm scared to look. I'm not reading Idol. I'm sad about that. I was really in the mood for a Kristen Callahan book. That's okay. Which means I'm just gonna pick it out anyway. And the book I'm rereading is My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey, which is fine by me because I really wanted a Tessa Bailey book. Also, just realized I got to page exactly 100, starting off chapter 9, because that is where I broke the spine, because of course I did. Obviously I will be reading from the beginning. I think I read this, or started reading it in maybe 2023 or 2024, I can't remember exactly, but it was at least 2-3 years ago. So this is the book I will be rereading, and I'll be back when I'm reading. So the lighting is absolutely atrocious, but I'm officially at the part of the book where I DNF'd it last time, exactly on page 100, starting chapter 9. Damn dog. And I'm not gonna go fully into it now because I want to get reading, but I'm just gonna say, loving it. This was definitely just a mood reading DNF, and I'm so happy I decided to wait for it now, because so far it's definitely in the 4 stars. I'm having the time of my life, and Tessa Bailey truly can do no wrong in my eyes, so I definitely need to try rereading Chase Me again. Maybe next time. Hello and good morning. I'm currently just getting ready for my day today, just waking up, making myself a tea, listening to the audiobook of My Killer Vacation. They're perfect. They're so funny. Their banter, their relationship, everything about them is amazing. And the plot, I'm gagged. I have no clue who it is. I've never read a book like this before because I'm not... Thrillers, mysteries, horrors, things like that scare me, so I avoid them. But holy, so I have no clue what's happening right now, and this is making me want to read the Natural series. Like, you're joking me. I'm on page 187. She just got hit upside the head in the library. She's passed out, they come in, she's knocked out, and people are like, what the fuck happened? And she's like joking around like, you're a suspect this time. And then I'm just gonna read it to you. But then he leans forward and speaks into my ear low enough that I'm the only one who can hear him. I take a bullet between the eyes before I raise the hand to you, Taylor. Then goes on to say, the fact that you have to spend a second in pain makes me want to die. Are those the kind of words you're talking about? Because they're the only ones I've got. They're just so precious and I love them. And I just love how aware he is. Like, he knows what he feels and he's like, fuck. So if he wants to go away, it's because he's doing it. He's not like, but I'm not. Because he's like, no, I am and I need to separate myself. And I love that. And the fact he has like trauma and actual reason to be like that. Mwah, perfection, chef's kiss. I'm having the time of my life. just realized I said I loved the plot of the book, never said anything that was happening in the book, and I actually haven't spoke about what I'm reading once. So starting off, we have our two main characters. We have Taylor, our female main character, and Miles, our male main character. Okay, said in the story what is happening, well, what was happening in the beginning. So the book starts off with our main character Taylor and her brother Jude. Jude works in an animal shelter, or like zoo or something is what I'm gathering, and he lost an animal that was there for like 20 years, been really down about it, so they say, although I do think it's about something else. Anyway, point being, that is what she thinks he's been down about anyway, which I think it is. Point being, I'm getting sidetracked already and I've just begun. Anyway, so she's rented out a place in Cape Cod to take him away, go on a little holiday together. Like, they're very close. Their parents are really work orientated, so they're really close together and everything. So they show up to their Airbnb in Cape Cod, and she's going to have a bath, goes to her room and sees two peepholes in the ceiling. She's like, that's so, what is happening? Calls her brother, he comes up, they're like, oh my god, what is happening? What is going on? Just for her to go downstairs and find a dead body with a gunshot wound in his head. Amazing start to our holiday. So they've obviously called the police, and the police have showed up. They're like, yeah, we don't know why this was rented to you. The last people who stayed here was a group of girls. They saw the peephole, and one of the girls' trucker dads came down, beat the house owner up, and they made an agreement where the man with the peepholes wouldn't get arrested if the truck dad didn't get arrested for beating him. So it was kind of left there. And everyone's assuming the trucker dad came back and shot him, was just so angry about it and just left him there. Flash forward literally a couple hours. The sister of the house owner shows up. She's like, my brother would never have done like the peepholes. He never would have done anything like that. So she's like, this is so weird. What is happening? And female main character, she listens to podcasts and everything. It's not one of them like, I listen to podcasts and I know this. She's just like intrigued by it. And she's like, yeah, I don't know how, like in her head, obviously. She's like, there's no way this big man was been crawling up this tiny place to be able to get there. Just to, it's like, everyone, just weird things happening all around. The sister of the house owner, who is now dead, her boyfriend is best friends with our male main character, Miles. Miles used to be a detective with his pretty much whole family, then got really deep into a case and lost his wife, gave up being a detective, and now he just does like little bounty hunting to pay his friend back. He goes down there and he's gonna crack this case. He's gonna do it for her. The police think it's the trucker dad. She's like, but he wouldn't have done that anyway, so we wouldn't know why someone would even do that. Anyway, moving on. The sister of the house owner, who is passed, again, I can't remember her name, I think it was Lucy or something. She moves them to another one of the houses they rent on Cape Cod, same town, like same street, I'm pretty sure. They own loads of them and just rent them out. And so she sees Miles wandering around, going under the table, and she's like, what's happening? And basically they meet and they go back and forth. She has like the book, they meet each other, and then at the part I'm at now, she's getting targeted. I have no clue how. I have no clue who's doing this. I'm really confused. At first I thought the sister, and then I thought the mayor, and now I'm just all around confused. Could be the sister again. Like, I have no clue what's happening, but I'm loving it so far. 4.5 so far, and I'm not even kidding. I'm on page 212, time of my life. So yeah, that's all I know now. That's all I know. Again, having the time of my life. I think Tessa Bailey's writing honestly could be unmatched. I think in the summer this would have been so fun to read. I may actually reread it. I'm not kidding. Thinking like sitting on the beach with a nice cold drink reading this. Yeah, time of my life. How many pages have I got left? Oh, also I discovered I started this book in 2022. I know because I only did the writing back on that. And I've got 78 pages left to go. You probably won't be hearing much from me at the end. I'll obviously give my overall rating, but this is a no spoiler. So you're gonna have to just read the book and find out who did it. And I need to read the book to find out who did it. I'm gonna keep reading. I have actually got to be at work in half an hour, so I'm not gonna be able to finish it in this sitting. Unless something drastic happens and I need to tell you. I'll probably be back when I'm finished with my rating, my final review. And I'm gonna continue reading. giving... Okay, final review. I'm giving it a... Ooh, I think I'm gonna give it a 4.25. That was so good. I think this could definitely be a reread for me. I am still kind of in a reading slump, like no book's really hitting to me. So when I'm in a mood where every book hits to me, that makes it not sound as good. But I know this would be so good and would hit so hard. I'm so happy I picked this book back up again. This was success. So part 1 to rereading books I DNF'd was a success. I read it. I loved it. I'm so happy I got this one. I can't wait to do the next one. That's it for today's video anyway. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.